uh, and he's already a leader of with skills like quick thinking as well as management skills, who ensures that every member of every member's concern is heard. So he's a righteous leader for of our club. Let me hand over the control to Toastmaster Chidambaran to proceed the meeting. Thank you. Over to presiding officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chaitanya, for the generous introduction. So, fellow Toastmasters, it's a great opportunity to welcome you all to this first joint meeting that we have between our buddy clubs, the Comcast India Toastmaster Club and Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmaster Club. And it's great to see that we are on the 689th meeting of Chennai Wordsmiths, and it will be 103 for Comcast. So Comcast has just finished the milestone meeting, and we are kind of inching towards the next milestone, which is 700 for Chennai Wordsmiths. So with that, I formally declare this meeting open, this joint meeting open. So between these two buddy clubs, right, if you look at the total, I just mentioned about the total number of meetings that each of these clubs have had so far, and also the membership that each of these, if you put together the members between these two clubs, it comes to more than 60 plus active members who are currently there. And I am said to believe that, from Comcast as well, there will be a host of people who are going to join, and we are going to similarly add more people in the Chennai Wordsmiths. So this is the experience. There is an experience factor. There is also the people factor who are aspiring to actually improve their public speaking skills. And this is one forum where we can actually share our knowledge, right? So whenever there is a confluence of ideas, the ideas get multiplied. Knowledge shared is power multiplied. And this buddy association is one such avenue that we all want to tap into. And to make a right start, we have had actually 5 members who have kind of established a mentor-mentee relationships between the clubs. And we would like that to kind of grow and be nurtured as we go through this entire year. And as we all have started on the mission to kind of work in a very systematic way towards getting our DCP points and being the golden gavel, I wish to see both our clubs standing on the podium to receive the Golden Gavel Award together. So with that said, we have made a start. This is the first beginning. So we are attending the online meeting on a Friday. It's a new thing for us. And I would also like to take the moment to invite all of you to attend the meetings that we have on Saturdays. It is mostly on a offline basis in Ananagar. So we will share the details. I would request members to feel free to join in. And of course, we will have a joint meeting in the offline basis where all the members would also play roles. With that said, I have one more announcement to make. We have our area contest for the area B4 that we are part of coming up tomorrow. So I just share the details in the buddy group. Request members to log in. It's an online contest, and we can, it would be good to have your presence as well to cheer the members of our area when they contest. So with that said, so let's get into the next segment, which is the primary role, the anchor who is going to kind of navigate the entire team towards this meeting, and that is going to be the Toastmaster of the day. We'll have Anjana Mahesh from Chennai Wordsmiths who's going to play that role today. Anjana is a business evangelist. She works for Zoho, and she has a very wide experience in traveling. She has gone to many places, and she definitely likes to meet new people, make new acquaintances, and try out international cuisines. And she loves to dance and play badminton during her breaks. So I would now invite Anjana to take over and kind of take the session through.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chidambaram sir. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. It's really nice to see, a couple of groups together, and it's really an energetic. People are here. Well, it's my pleasure, or privilege to welcome you all again. And my duty as a Toastmaster of the day to anchor the entire meeting sessions. So I will also explain to you the structure of the meeting. I'm sure many of you might be aware of it, but I will quickly give you a brief about it. The first is going to be the prepared speech rounds, where the members will be delivering these speeches based on the projects which they have selected. The second one is the table topics, which we have a table topic masters who will be ad hocly, they'll pick up a person and they'll give you a topic, and then you need to give an impromptu speech about it. Then the third is a very important role where everybody is going to learn from it. It's the evaluation round, where they will actually evaluate your prepared speeches or your table topic speeches, and they will give their feedback and opinions to you. Well, let's jump into the theme of the day. Sorry, so what is the theme of the day? I'm sure everybody would be, finished their lunch by now. So, what's on your plate? I'm sure many of you would have South Indian, North Indian, anything you wish. Like, I'm sure you would have finished your meal in a scrumptious meal, I would say. The reason I chose this meal when Shweta came to me and asked me, I remember Jyoti ma'am, who's our timer, she explained to me, hey, you know what? On 16th of October, it's the World Food Day. Do you know that? You know how much important it is? I totally agree with her. Because food is very essential for everybody, isn't it? We work for, we earn money just to get some food, right? So, and everybody is also looking for an optimum health and energy too. So there is a Tamil saying, I'm sure many of you know this. Unave marundu. That means food is a medicine. So what you eat, it actually reflects in your body as well, right? So that's how it's been designed. That's how the nature is being designed. So whatever we consume, it can have a significant impact on your health, on your mental health, health as well. And that's where they say your stomach is a second brain. Well, let's again jump into this session. I'm not going to talk too much about this. I will now hand over the session to General Evaluator or Toastmaster Bala. But hey, let me introduce, about him. He's actually a sales professional from Zoho. He's a budding speaker and the one lives every moment of life. Well, his opinion based on today's theme is, I will just read it out. My plate was full, only a little in the beginning, and the Toastmasters journey is filling it up with delicacies of different flavors. Wow, what a writing man. Well, he will also be introducing the tag team for today as well. Toastmaster Bala, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Toastmaster Ranjana. Thanks for this warm welcome. And I agree to you to a certain extent. And we, in fact, have days for all the occasions, right? We have Mother's Day, we have Father's Day, and whatnot, Valentine's Day, maybe, though that is going to be still some distance away from us from now. And we sort of wanted to actually also remember, so what is helping us to get nourished and flourished in life? And no one can tell I've grown myself without having a regime of good food, right? And this is actually good. And thanks for your warm welcome. And as a general evaluator today, I'll be standing from this sort of a vantage point and then try to observe the whole meeting and also give my inputs on how we can, any specific feedback which can help in the betterment of the upcoming meetings. And I have a 2-team battalion today, so I would sort of spearhead these 2 teams. The first team is, as Anjana pointed out, is the tag team, which is going to be consisting of timer, R-counter, and grammarian. And as well as the next set of team, which I would handle, is going to be the team of evaluators. Evaluators would be the ones who would provide constructive feedback on the speeches, which is given, prepared speeches, which is given. And having host of feedbacks that we take from the tag team and as well as from the evaluators, we will really make sure we have or would have had this food for thought for making the speeches excellent the next time onwards. And first off, let me introduce the tag team of today. Today's tag team is going to be a mix of exuberance and youth and experience. And first up will be our timer. And the timer of today is a person who is well known in the fraternity of Toastmasters. And as much as Toastmasters has given it for her, she also has given it, if not more, she has given it equally more to the Toastmasters fraternity. And she is always seen as a person who comes up with this bundle of energy, joy. And she is also going to be a passionate speaker, learner, and working with young adults is something which she would have close to her heart. And she's a certified teacher, Montessorian. She completed CIDTT for trainer and coach. And as a corporate trainer, her niche is language, behavioral, and cross-cultural adaptation. And she is very enthusiastic individual, and she enjoys every moment of her life. And I would now request Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas to take on the stage, and I would also request everyone to give her a huge round of applause, and as she describes her primer role to the audience. Over to you, Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas. Ma'am, I think you're muted. You have to turn on your mic.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Bala. Appreciated. Fellow Toastmasters and Toastmaster of the Day. My role today as a timer is very, very crucial because Toastmasters International has a protocol for timekeeping. That being said, however, we feel we need to follow it the same way. There are set rules for each speaker, and I will be using 3 colored cue cards, which will be as you see. I will flash at the end what each time is. When you are at the fine zone, when you're 5 minutes to 7 minutes, when it comes to prepared speakers, you will see the green flash. The amber will flash on my virtual background when you are getting close to wrap up time. And the red will keep flashing, and there will be 30 seconds of grace time for all the speakers. I would like to now quickly tell you, we have the 3 segments. One is the prepared speech, the other is the table topics, and all the speakers will be checked for their time. I have a time too, hence, without overspreading my plate, I would like to keep it minimum and say, let me now quickly share a screen share, which is going to show what will be. Is the screen share visible?
Yes.
Is it?
Screen share, no.
Are you able to see the screen share? Somebody, can you just tell me?
No, Jyoti, no,
You're not?
not able to see.
I'm supposed to have the screen share coming up.
Well, I'll make you.
All right. Now, is it
Yeah.
okay?
Yes,
Yes,
it's visible now.
Perfect. Prepared speech, you will see over here that this is the cue card. 5 to 7 minutes. The colors are given straight there. Icebreaker, we have 1 speech. So kindly make sure the speaker and I will be aware of it too. Evaluators, make note. That should be 2.30. Table topics, 1 to 2 minutes. I have now put the colors, so this should be very clear. And I will make sure that all your timing will be marked in a score sheet that I've saved this way. That will be all, and over to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas. And this is what I mean when I say bundle of energy and as well as the positive vibes to the meeting. And I believe you, in fact, would have had your favorite lunch for today. And I can see that the energy just flowing out from you. And next up will be the R counter. R counter, the second of the role player in the tag team. And this person is going to be sharing the same name as me, at least the first name as me. And to say a few words about him, and he is a person who loves to travel to new places. And he has sort of set a target to himself that he would need to visit a new place once every 3 months. And he works in an IT company, or rather he has been working in an IT company for a decade now, and has joined Toastmasters to mold himself as a leader. And he loves to eat chapati and non-veg gravy. And as I welcome the R counter of today, I would request everyone to give him a huge round of applause. The R counter for today is going to be Toastmaster Bala, the person who has or shares the same name as me. And over to you, Toastmaster Bala.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Bala. Sorry for the background noise. There's some work going on in the background. That's the reason. Okay. Today I'll be playing an R counter. As an R counter, my role is to listen to the words and sounds that are used as crunch or pause fillers by everyone who ever speaks. So during the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including well, but, so, you know. I will also listen to the filler sounds like ah, whom, her. And I'll note down the repeated words like I, this means, this means. So at the end of the meeting, when reported, I'll be giving my report to the general when called upon. Thank you. Let me hand over the control back to the general evaluator.
Okay, thank you. That is Toastmaster Bala. Over to Toastmaster Bala. And the last of the person who would be in this tag team to present his report would be the grammarian. And I would now call upon the grammarian of today's meeting Toastmaster Rakesh, and he is also going to be a budding speaker as me, and I would welcome him onto the stage. And as I welcome him again, I know you all would know, guys, just welcome him on the stage and then let us give him a huge round of applause. Over to you, Toastmaster Rakesh.
Hey, thank you for that, TM Bala. So as grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers and listening carefully to their language use. I'll take note of any misuses of the English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts, and essentially anything that I thought was particularly cool. As grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. And in keeping up with the theme of the day, the word is satiate, which means to completely satisfy yourself or a need. An example usage would be, I had a heavy lunch today, and while my hunger is satiated, I desperately need a nap. Now, each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day, and I will give a word of the day report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. And back to you now, Bala. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh. And this is it. And we just have fastened our seatbelts, and then we would now be ready to actually go in for this sort of good drive on the road. So I will now give it over to our Toastmaster of the day and to take it forward from here. And over to you, Toastmaster Anjana.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bala. Hello, everyone. So again, it's me. And now let's jump into the prepared speeches. The first one is Toastmaster Suhanya. She's from the Comcast as well. So I will give the introduction, and her sorry about that. So she's a mother of 3.5-year-old kid. She loves pink color, and her hobby is to play with her kid too. And her evaluator is going to be Toastmaster Chaitanya from Chennai Wordsmiths Club. So she's going to present her pathway on presentation mastery. Sorry, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, keep going.
Yes. So I will pass on the virtual meeting to Toastmaster Suhanya.
Hi, you can hear me?
Yes, Suhanya. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, all. So I choose topic me for today. So I was finding for this topic for a long time. Nothing suits me rather than me. So I choose me, and I am Suganya. And as per my name, and my name means holy girl. I have so much faith in God. And I was born and brought up in Chennai. As you all know, there is a famous proverb saying that if people can come and make their living in Chennai. So I was in Villivakam during my childhood days, that is part of Chennai. But now after marriage, I shifted to Cholingalur, that is also part of Chennai. So I mean to say that the Chennai is getting expanded. And then during my childhood days, I was really very happy. And after when I reached 10th class, the social pressure started flowing in my head. So they were asking for my marks. I did my schooling in SBOI Matriculation Higher Secondary School. After that, it got increased when I completed 12th. I did my graduation in Pratyusha Engineering College, and I studied B Computer Science. After that, I joined HCL Technologies. What next? It there will be a topic like what next. So uh, I I got an opportunity to move to Mexico. So there I was a very pampered kid. I had so much support from my parents. When I went to Mexico, I was helpless. And they I had 5 roommates. They are meant to be at rooms. So there were no one. I don't know cooking. It is really horrible. So I came out of the box, and I started speaking with the strangers whoever coming on the road. And I started many things like playing football uh, and bowling, snookers. I learned swimming. That was really fun. So I came out of the box at that time, and I started being happy. After that, I came back to India. And after few days, I got married. I have 3.5 years kid. So I have crossed 30. So I wanted to quote an incident like I took my kid to play in park. So in that park, there was a proud moment happened to my kid. Everyone calling her Akka. So that means elder sister. So and she came to me and she told me that everyone is calling me Akka and everyone is calling you auntie. So at that time I thought like I have I have reached 30. So everyone calls me auntie. I have to accept the truth. And my favorite color is pink. And so I painted my house in pink. And after that, um, um, I I have I have joined Toastmaster to improve my speaking skills, and I wanted to make my speech interesting as much as possible. And I wanted to conclude it by saying that there may be so much social pressure around you, and which may make you depressed, but you can be happy coming out of the box. So, so that you will learn many things when you come out of the box. So that is my ending of this. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity given.
May I request the speaker if it's okay to continue with a couple of more points?
Okay. So I have okay after HCL I joined in L&T. So there where I learned like how work is very important. So in that situation, they I have to complete my work. They will give work at 7 o'clock and they would ask me in the morning. So I was totally pressurized in L&T, and uh, I had an opportunity to manage. When we get so much of problems in life, we will tend to manage. So I got an opportunity to manage the situation and come out of it. So I feel blessed I feel blessed. So God has given me problems so that I can come out of it and I'm able to manage and have become stronger than before. So I am really grateful to God for what has happened in my life. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suhanya. So moving forward, the next speaker is Toastmaster Sangeeta. She's from Comcast as well. Her evaluator is Toastmaster Ashir. So she will be giving the what are the details about Toastmaster Sangeeta. But I will just give you a quick introduction about Toastmaster Sangeeta as well. So she's called as Sam. She joined Comcast in the month of August 2022 as a Salesforce application architect. She also works for the Sky Italy team as well, and she's a budding Toastmaster and looking forward to collaborate and learn with awesome people. She calls herself as made in India, a happy Chennaiite. She loves to watch movies, traveling, socializing, meme creator, and podcasting as well. Now I hand over the session to Toastmaster Ashit to give the introduction about her speech. Toastmaster Ashit, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, TM Modi Anjana. So our speaker, Toastmaster Sangeeta from Comcast, is attempting the Pathways Dynamic Leadership. It's a level 1 speech, a project 2 speech, and the purpose of the speech is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. And all this is done to maximize audience understanding. The speech title is Time Travel, and the duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashit. Now I call upon Toastmaster Sangeeta on the virtual stage is yours.
You are on mute, Sangeeta. I'm sorry. Thank you, Anjana, and thank you, Ashit, for the introduction, and thank you everybody for this opportunity. Today, I'm going to take you into an exciting journey. Yes, you all going to do a time travel with me. So I've got this special time travel clock, which will take you to the time travel, and I'm going to tell you how it's going to be. Don't worry, I'm going to help. So, have you watched any time travel movies in your past? Like any favorite time travel movies? It could be English or Tamil. What's your favorite time travel movies?
Yes, 24 hours and
Agent of Tomorrow.
Okay, great.
Back to
Any
the
other?
Future.
Oh, okay, that's my favorite.
In
Okay.
Telugu, we have 369 and Oke Oka Jeevitam.
yeah, okay.
Adbhutam also. Adbhutam in Telugu.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So there are a lot of time travel movies, theories, documentaries, books are there. So I started watching some time travel movies, and I finally know, I'm just going to take you a virtual tour on how to do a time travel with yourself. Okay. So my favorite time travel movies is Predestination, Primal. So it includes a big list, but I don't want to get more into the movies. Let's come into the topic. So before I start, okay, so I'm going to, use this clock. This is a very special clock. I finally got it from one scientist, and he gave this clock to me to use it for the Toastmasters purpose. Okay, so I'm going to do a time travel. So I'm going to tick the clock, and I'm going to go to the past now. Okay, so this journey will be a bit tireless and will be very fast. You might experience some changes in your body, but don't worry, I'm here. I'll be your captain. So I'm going to tick the clock, and I'm going to go to my past and see, and I'm going to interact with the past version of myself, maybe a 4 years back or 4 to 5 years back. So I can do only 2 times. So I'm not going to waste my time travel. So I'm just going to go and meet right away. Okay. So finally I have I'm just there. So please take a relax, because you'll be very tired. We traveled 5 years before. So please be calm. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to the version of myself. So one who's having the time clock is the present version. Okay. There's a 2022 Sangeeta is one who's having the clock. And one who's not having the clock is my past version. Okay. So let's, okay, she is there. Who are you? Hey, I'm your future. I just came from the future. I made a time travel to see you. Is it so finally they've made some efforts to do the time travel? Yes, I want to see you. I'm so excited. So how are you? Actually, things are not good, but I'm trying to make well. So what are you doing? Well, I'm doing a Salesforce architect role. Wow. So you become an architect. Sorry, I've become an architect in 2022. Yes, yeah, I'm working for Comcast. Oh, you've changed your company. So you're no longer with Capgemini? Yes, I just joined Comcast and I'm doing an architect role, and I'm just loving the experience. Awesome. So I'm not feeling well today. Better you go to the doctor. Okay. So you're always afraid of your sniffles, and you take it very seriously. You thought something very bad with you, but you have to go to the hospital and see. I went to the hospital, and it was a very simple treatment. They gave me allergic tablets, and I'm all good. So I don't have sniffles and I don't have cold anymore. So you mean it's not a big problem? Yes, that's right. Oh my God, that's very awesome. Actually, I'm planning to meet my friend this weekend, but she's not there. You mean our best friend is not here? Yeah, she's in Coimbatore. She got married. Oh God, I've missed a lot of opportunities to make a meeting with her. Better you don't miss those chances, because she'll get married and she'll relocate to Coimbatore, and you'll not be able to meet her often. She's just 5 kilometers away from your home, so try to meet her as much as you can. I'm missing her a lot, so I don't want you to miss her in the present. Yes, definitely. I'll do it. You want to give any advices to me? Don't cut your hair, please. It's a bit difficult for me to grow. Oh, okay, fine. So you mean to say everything's are going very well in the 2022, right? Yes, it's going well. Whatever you wanted to achieve, you've got it. Whatever the depression that you are fighting, you're out of it. It's going pretty well. Actually, I have great plans for 2020, What did you say? 2020. I have great plans. I'm going to do a lot of things in 2020. Are you sure you want to do it in 2020? Yes. 2020 is so many plans. I'm going to do some travel, lot of things. I'm going to, that will be a good start for me. All the best. Why is your tone changing? Is there any problem in 2020? No, nothing. Just play it cool. You'll have a great time. You can cross it. Okay, thanks. I'm so happy to see you. Yes, and my clock is ticking. I have very less time to talk to you, but I'll tell you one thing. Don't worry for whatever things you're crying or feeling. Please don't worry. Everything will be done. Yes. So start working on I'm going to start work on my goal, and I think I'll do it better. Yes, bye. Okay, my 2018 version is so excited about the 2020, but I don't want to disappoint her telling what will happen. Let me play it very cool. Okay, so I'm just going to have a very less time to talk to my future. So I'm just going to tick it. Okay. So future will have this, present will have this. Okay. Hey, hi, who are you? Hey, hi, I'm from your past. Oh, is it? So how are you? You're looking very matured. So have you become the VP of Comcast? Don't you think it's too much? In 5 years, you'll become VP of Comcast. Just I got excited, that's why. Okay, no problem. Your tone, your way of approach, everything has changed. Did you do something? I was engaged with Comcast for a very long time, so my communications has become even more better. So I'm steadily talking, I'm taking some time to pause and learn. So it's a great journey. How's life? Is every problem solved? You're completely settled. Everything is going to be okay, right? Problems will come, problems might go, but I'm trying my ways to solve it. Okay, thanks. So the time travel, I'm just going to stop it. One thing I want to conclude about is this kind of time travel, you can actually do it with yourself also. So you can just go 5 years back and see what you really wanted to do and what you really wanted to get and what are things you're afraid of. And think about now, have you crossed all those things and you've come out? But future, you're not sure. You might not know everything will happen, but you can always work for the future. So time travel is nothing but if you want to create a future, you cannot predict the future, but you can create it now. So do a time travel, have all those good memories within you and try to work in the present and make a better future for now. And thank you very much. I have to return these 2 time travel watches to my scientist. So thanks for him. His name is Mark. Thanks, Mark. And thank you, everybody. Hope you're all in the present now. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sangeeta, on the nice speech on the time travel. So the next speaker, here we have Toastmaster Nithya. Her speech title is, she's going to be in presentation mastery. So her evaluator is going to be Toastmaster Abdul from Comcast. Well, I'll quickly give an introduction about Toastmaster Nithya. So she's been in Toastmasters since 2012. She loves to travel and likes to blog. When I asked her, what do you think about today's theme? Well, she gave me a response. It was very beautiful. I'm always happy and grateful to have a plate with food in it. I learned to appreciate the simplest of foods on my plate through a life-changing experience. My plate has a basic simple food. It's nothing but rice, dal, and sabji, and satire with a kanji too. Toastmaster Nithya is here, and I would call upon Toastmaster Nithya's evaluator, Toastmaster Abdul, to give the introduction about her speech. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Toastmaster Anjana. So my target speaker here is to satiate her level 3 speech. She's homemaker and a Toastmaster for the past 10 years. She is also immediate past president of Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmaster Club. To sum up, she enjoys traveling and writing. The purpose of this project is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that includes humor. Please note, the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Nithya, scapegoat Toastmaster Nithya.
Can I pin the timer or yeah? My life is a series of goof-ups. Hey, I'm not talking about marriage. Are you in the mood for some travel blunders and Himalayan thunders? Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters. Few years back, me and my family decided to leave the hot weather of Chennai and go to the cool climate of Manali in Himalayas. There we were greeted by a very enthusiastic tour guide named Lucky. Lucky called himself the top tour guide of Manali. He told me, Madam, tomorrow be ready. We are going for some adventure in Snow Point. Whole night I could not control my excitement. Am I going to be a beautiful Bollywood heroine dressed in a shimmering chiffon sari and singing Ye ishq hai beti bithai jannat dikhai? Am I going to be an Olympic champion skiing in the snow? Next day, we proceeded to Snow Point. On the way, Lucky made us stop at a shop which was selling the ski equipments for rental. Cap, gloves, jacket, ski sticks, shoes, all this for a nominal cost of rupees 3,000 only. I was thinking, how am I going to wear all this and ski in the snow? Lucky told me, don't worry, madam. I will give you a demo and you will go skiing in the snow. We had to walk 2 kilometers to reach the top. On the way, I saw a goat which was chewing on some leaves. I wanted to take a picture of that goat. Lucky told me, leave that goat, madam. Here you will find many such goats. So when we reached the top, Lucky proceeded to give me a demo. Madam, it is very simple. Take the right ski stick, push it at the back. Take your left leg, put it in the front. Take the left stick, push it at the back. Take your right leg, put it in the front and push. And the snow will do the rest, madam. I thought, wow, this is so simple, just like child's play. I took a deep breath, got ready. Wait, Lucky. I want full recording of my video. Don't worry, madam. Camera is on. Come on. I took the right ski stick, pushed it behind, and I took my left leg and put it in the front. But to my surprise, instead of skiing, I was skating, and my hands were up in the air as if I'm doing yogasana. I would not be deterred. I put my left ski stick back, and I put the right ski stick back and pushed with full energy. I went flying up in the air, just like a fully loaded PSLV rocket. I was flying up in the air. I thought, wow, this looks like some awesome skiing experience. Till I looked down. Down, people below me were skiing happily on the ground. Hey! Before I could complete these words, I came crashing onto the ground in a messy heap. Ting, ting, ting. I thought I became unconscious. When I opened my eyes, I saw a big, fat yak standing in front of me, and on its horns were tinkling bells. Ting, ting. The yak was looking, shaking its head at me. And then the yak turned and swished its tail on my face. Oh! Lucky came running just then. Oh, madam, you fell. Please let me help you. He too fell onto the ground. Lucky shouted to a local boy, oh, bhaiya, come and help me. I am not able to lift this heavy madam up. Between the two men, they struggled to lift an 80-kilo woman back onto her feet. As I was trying to settle down, Lucky told me, madam, now that you have fallen down experience, why don't you come for second attempt? This time you will do it. Come. I thought to myself and looked at that slope where I had just come crashing down. Just then, I heard a musical voice call out to me, Madam Ji, oh Madam Ji. I turned. It was the guy with the yak. Come, Madam Ji, sit on the yak. I will give you a nice ride in the mountains. I looked at the yak and remembered the back. I thought to myself, do I want to be a scapegoat? Do I want my bones in one place? Or do I want them scattered all over the mountains in Manali? Little did I know that the goat whom Lucky was referring was none other than me. I decided I am not going to be a scapegoat. I looked left, I looked right, and I ran for my life, leaving my husband, children, and Lucky behind. Are you in the mood for some adventures? Do you want to be a scapegoat? Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nithya, for the vibrant speech. Next, we'll go to the next speech, where we have the most chirpy person from Chennai Wordsmiths Club as well, Toastmaster Shweta. Her evaluator is going to be Toastmaster Naga Jyoti from Comcast. So before I give it to the evaluator, I'll give a quick introduction about Shweta. Well, she's a homemaker, a dedicated Toastmaster, a mother of a lovely kid. Shweta has also done an MBA in HR and currently pursuing an MBA in international business as well. She's serving as BPE of Chennai Wordsmiths Club. Again, when I asked her, what's on my plate? What do you think about the team? She said, since Diwali festival is approaching, I'm thinking when, how, and from where shall I start cleaning my house? Well, Toastmaster Nagajyoti, could you please give an introduction, please?
Sure, Toastmaster Anjana. Toastmaster Shweta is doing her level 3 in presentation mastery pathway. And her project is elective, that is nothing but connect with storytelling. The purpose of this project for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech, that is a story. Her title is Madam X. Back to you, Toastmaster Anjana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nagajyoti. Now I hand over the virtual stage to Toastmaster Shweta to give her prepared speech. Toastmaster Shweta, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anjana, Toastmaster of the day. My mother used to say an old African proverb: if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a whole family. How many of you agree with this statement? Good afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Let me take you through an interesting story. Once upon a time, there lived a Madam X. She was born and brought up in a small village. Her father was a simple farmer. When she was 2 years old, she visited to her grandma's house with her mother. There she fell severely sick and she got admitted to the nearby hospital. After a few days of continuous treatment, the doctors gave up and said to her mother, now we can't treat her. She is almost dead. Now you can throw her in the Ganga river, which is at the backside of the hospital. Madam X's mother was feeling devastated, crying, begging to the doctors, please, please save my daughter, praying to the God, because she was so frightened to tell her husband that their daughter is almost dead. It was really very hard for Madam X and her family. But some miracle happened. And Madam X, doctors were able to save Madam X's life. But unfortunately, she got attacked by polio in her left leg and she was not able to walk. Her mother took her home. Somehow she took her home and just faced her husband's furious face. Days went on with her disability. Her father always used to carry her on his shoulder. Madam X was very keen for a study from her childhood. She asked her father whether she can go to school. Her father was reluctant to send her to school because no girls were going to school in that village. Her father asked his mother. Her mother was educated and she knew the value of education. So she permitted her to go to school. There she got several humiliations from relatives, from villagers, and even her own siblings. It was pathetic. She was always crying, asking God, why me? Why me? Why everyone is making fun of me, my disability? When she was in 8th standard, her brother forced her to appear in board examination so that she can finish her study earlier. She appeared and somehow she managed to pass the examination. She continued her study till graduation. After that, she completed her B.Ed and got a teaching job. Her parents were elated that at least she got a job. She can be self-dependent. But Madam X was not satisfied. She always wanted to achieve something extraordinary in her life. Meanwhile, her parents were concerned for her marriage and always thinking, who is going to marry this girl? She is physically disabled. But there was one local guy. They sent a marriage proposal to him. The boy's father passed away and mother was conservative. He discussed with his mother. She said, no, I am warning you. If you will marry that girl, I will not let you enter inside our house. But fortunately, the boy accepted the marriage proposal. Few years later, Madam X appeared in a state civil services examination and she got selected as Child Development Project Officer, CDPO. She was so excited because she got what she wanted to be. But her challenges were still there. She faced many social challenges and crossed all the rivers of hindrances. Doing this, she opened the door of education for all girls living in that village. It was a great paradigm shift for the whole village. And that Madam X was none other than my mother. Finally, I would like to say that if we want to change something in our society, it's not just a piece of cake. We need to go through many hurdles. Then only we can reach to our goal. But we should not stop going. Like my mother always going through the hurdles and keeps on going. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shweta. Fantastic. So now we have come to the end of prepared speeches. Moving to the next level is the table topics. Now we have Toastmaster Sahiti from Comcast, who will be running this session. So I'll quickly give an introduction about Toastmaster Sahiti. She's recently joined as a Toastmaster and chose a pathway in dynamic leadership. When it comes to her hobby, she likes to sing, dance, play games, browse a lot of new techniques and technologies. Now I call upon her on the virtual stage to conduct the table topics. Toastmaster Sahiti, the stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Anjana. Here, Toastmasters fellows and Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the toast topic is to facilitate table topics, where guests and members will have the opportunity to practice their input and speaking. I will introduce a topic and call on speakers who will be given 2 minutes to speak on the subject. Okay. Now, on the occasion of the World Food Day and the related to them, we have topics for the day. And can I have
Sahiti, can you just switch on your camera? So we'll be, if you're planning to, broadcast any questions, it'll be easy for the speakers to see.
Okay. Now, is it visible? Yeah, fine. Yeah, now I'm going to share my screen. And any one of you can select the numbers. Anyone? You're not able
It's
to
not
see.
coming up.
Okay,
It's not coming up.
Okay, when my video is on, I'm unable to share my screen. So with your permission, I'm closing my video. Yeah, now it's visible.
No. No, I'm not able to still see it.
Yeah, wait.
Can you try again? I'm not able to see it. I'm not sure if others are.
I'm not able to see.
I am also not able to see.
Sahiti, otherwise I will share the screen. You can come on video.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry for the delay. Yeah. Can everyone see?
We can't see your presentation or
able to see
whatever time we're not able to see.
Yeah.
We are able to see you. We are able to see you. Yeah,
Now it's the screen.
now it's coming
Yeah.
up. Yeah, it came up. It came up. But I think you should put it on full screen mode because. Okay, can you put it on a full screen mode?
Slideshow you can use.
Yeah.
From beginning, yeah, the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. Today is our topic on what's on your plate. So we need to say the famous foods of those states, which I'm going to show you, which you are selecting the number. So please select a number.
Are you planning to choose a speaker first and then you can ask them to select the number?
Oh.
You can also, pick anyone. Volunteers.
Yeah. I need a volunteers. So that's what anyone of you are interested. Anyone can pick up a number and
I can volunteer myself, Suresh Singh.
Yes, Suresh.
You want me to pick the number 5th?
Yeah. Sorry. Say the number, Suresh.
Yeah, I
he
could.
told it's 5th.
5th.
5. Okay. Yeah. Can you guess this, please?
Yeah, I think either Kashmir or Simla.
Yeah. Jammu. It's a Jammu.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the special dish of this Jammu and the food? You can explain about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a very good topic for me. So talking about Jammu and Kashmir, and today theme is what's in a plate. So it's a proverb as well. Like in office, like normally you use, like someone says like what's in a plate means like what work we have, right? But here I think it intended to talk about the food. So if you talk about Kashmir, it's a Rogan Josh. I think something related to non-veg. They make use of with the mutton. So that is the famous with the so too much Kashmiri meat they use. So Rogan Josh is one of the famous food for the Kashmiris. And if I talk about the culture of in terms of food, like they have culture to feeding during the feast, like marriage or any other function. So they cook variety of non-veg, and they have culture like to show their wealthiness. Like if they are someone kicking, like serving a lot of non-veg varieties. So those people are considered like a good wealthy person in the Kashmir. And this is a wonderful place. And if you go for perspective, like all the apples are coming, most of the good apples, I would say, like these are we are getting in Chennai, especially those are coming from the Kashmir. And I love apple because apple is the food who help us to keep away from the doctor, and healthy food definitely leads to our physical well-being. And when we have the physical well-being, definitely it will next lead to get the mental well-being. Now whole world is talking about the mental well-beings, because we talk a lot about the physical well-being, because now people realize it's like something this is unrest. So if you see like if you want to have more proper mental well-being in our life, definitely Kashmir. Again, I would like to connect Kashmir, one of the place where we'll get good food, good fruits, and also like good place, like that is called the heaven for the India, right? So we'll get also mental well-beings. So Kashmir, I would say, it's not about just beauty. It's a full package for any traveler. Will recently, I didn't visit, but like my family visited, they used to say like, okay, that is the one of the good place where we can get all kind of beauty. What you can get in this, even Europe or Switzerland, all those things you can get it in one Kashmir. The people are very wonderful. Their hospitality is good, and especially if we get all the good nuts, nuts, which is makes our healthy life. So that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, the next volunteer. Who is the next volunteer? Who are going to choose?
Excuse me, table topic master. After sharing the screen, you can stop sharing because timer is not visible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shweta. Say the number, any number which you are interested. You can
You can choose the non-role players first.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Anyone of you need a volunteers? Anyone of you can go ahead and say the number.
Can I pick 3?
3.
This is Sangeeta here.
Yeah, fine. This is the image of the 3. And guess the place which state it is.
Should be Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, AP.
Okay. It's Durga, Lord
Yes.
Durga or?
Durga only.
Okay, awesome.
Go ahead. You're right.
Okay. So can I continue with my speech?
Yeah, you can continue with your speech.
So Lord
It's a
Durga.
place of Vijayawada.
Yeah, it's a temple. Lord Durga, I have not been to the temple, but definitely after this I'll try to go to the temple. So to talk about Lord Durga, she's one of the most prominent, not prominent, sorry, one of the most important, powerful goddess, in the religion, and she is the one who will solve all your obstacles. Okay, and she's more powerful, one of the thing which I immediately remember after hearing the name Durga is like the Durga Puja that we have in Kolkata. Okay, they have it every Navratri, and it's the most famous festival, and it is one of the hugely crowded festival that happens every year. It's very difficult to get into the crowd because everywhere, all over from the world, they'll come to seek this devotion. And I've heard it that that day, all the women in the Kolkata who is participating in that function or that puja, they'll be dressed up in a white sari with red border with a lot of kumkum in their head, especially for the family prosperity and for resolving all the obstacles. And she says that she will be always there for, especially for women, she's going to give all the power. So we always call the women goddess as Shakti, which is the complete power of the whole universe. Okay, I'm not taking into religious, but what I'm trying to say is this goddess tells that the complete Shakti or the power resides within a woman. So a woman has the complete power within herself. She just has to, she had to ignite it within her, because the spark is already there. She just have to ignite it, and with that power, she can give all the good things to her family members, to the world, and the whole world is, revolving with this power only. We can call it as a universe of power or universe of Durga, but same. She is the goddess of power, and woman is always most powerful. Thanks.
Yeah, it is good. But today our topic is what's in your plate. You need to say about the food. So no problem. Okay, next time better luck.
Food, actually, I didn't know, maybe the prasadam or something. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I can proceed with again the next volunteer. Any one of you?
Sahiti, do you want to check out the participant's name and you can pick, or if there are any guests, you can ask them to participate.
Okay. Jyoti?
I can see there is a guest, Toastmaster now. You can ask him.
Yeah. Pranav? Hello, Pranav.
Hello.
Can you pick up a number?
I am not very prepared to talk today.
No problem. Then also you can proceed.
Take up a table topic. Yeah, fine. I'll choose the number 8.
8, the last one. Okay. Yeah. This is your image.
Yeah, this I recognize this is Hyderabad, Charminar
Yes.
specifically.
Yes.
Firstly, to talk about Charminar, I've seen it as an ancient monument which has been built during the.
Please say about the today's topic is what's in your plate. So Charminar based in the state of Hyderabad, right? The city of
Yes,
Hyderabad. So what
Hyderabad, right.
food is famous in Hyderabad?
Yeah, when they talk about Hyderabad, I often hear that biryani is very famous there, and especially they talk more about non-vegetarian. But I'm besides myself being a vegetarian, I don't listen to those kind of gossips. Beyond that food, right? That comes really very naturally, and taste my taste buds is the tender coconut sweet that comes there. They
Yeah.
produce it, and they always tell that the Hyderabad biryani is spicy, but which my friends from Tamil Nadu don't agree with, because they have not have they see it as a place where they use more sugar into their food items.
Yeah.
So it's not something very popular, but still a place a hotel called Paradise Biryani has evolved from there to across the has started out and spread its wings across the entire India. The Paradise Biryani is what it's being known for in Hyderabad. That's my take on the food about Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. So now I can end these topics. I'm handovering to Anjana. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmasters Sahiti. I hope you all can hear me, right? Great. Moving forward, we are coming to the third part of this session, the evaluation round. Now, I call upon the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Bala, to carry forward this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranjana. Can we switch off the screen sharing, please?
Toastmaster Saiti, please stop the screen sharing. Toastmaster Saiti.
I think if others can take the control, okay, she stopped it.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Toastmaster Ranjana. And now we are coming just about to the home stretch of our meeting, right? And I mean, Toastmasters has given us this sort of blessing in disguise of getting feedback from people. And no one here can say that I've become a speaker, I've not listened to any feedback, and I've become an eloquent speaker, right? And speaker, as a speaker, we would need to be having your eyes and ears wide open to the feedback, which is able to act as the stepping stones for the path to become a great speaker, that is in Toastmasters, in your career, or maybe in your personal journey, right? And that is what this sort of evaluation session is going to be bringing out to all of you. These are going to be nothing but stepping stones of getting better as a speaker as time goes by. And we will first have the, I believe we would first have the evaluation of speeches done, and then we move on to the tag team report. And to do the first speech evaluation, I would call upon the person. And before I call upon this person, I also wanted to share a few words about this person. And this person is actually a developer by day and a musician by night, and who juggles between the best of both worlds, but occasionally gets lost inside of a book. And he aspires to become a mentor and as advised by a rich dad while being a technology evangelist. And I would now request everyone to join me in applauding the evaluator of the first prepared speech, Toastmaster Chaitanya. Over to you, Toastmaster Chaitanya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala, for the warm introduction. Let me first congratulate my target speaker, Toastmaster Suhanya, for completing her icebreaker speech successfully. Starting on with the, when I looked at her title, I was wondering the title me. I was wondering what's the mystery around her, what are the things, how she start her speech. But she brought it well by explaining what is the meaning of her name and talking about her childhood. that was a good way to start her speech, which is, and also with the video on, she started speaking about her childhood memories and also how it transitioned into a happy life after going to HCL, as well as how she ended up in a on-site trip to Mexico. Also, she has also introduced to that she's a married woman, and she also has a kid. These were some aspects that some points that I've noted down in her speech. And she also gave her some warning signs that she's terrible at cooking also. But that was a personal remark that she made. She introduced about herself. That's for which I felt there was some humor inside it. Coming on to the recommendations, right? I see that the time limit was very less. I mean, she had 4 to 6 minutes, but her content was very less while she delivered her speech. So I would recommend her to bring in more content about what she wants to say, take out some personal experiences and talk about it, as well as also maintaining eye contact with the speaker would even engage the audience to bring their attention while they speak. I also saw some minimal. I also wish that she uses more hand gestures while she speaks, so that it will engage the audience through the flow of the speech. Some good things that I've noticed is she had a fair structure of how to start and how to end. The ending she gave a conclusion that she's happy, she's satiated with her life given by God for in this life. So that's how she ended the speech, and that was really a good ending. Some structure between is where I felt there more work could be done on. And the last recommendation that I have for her to challenge herself is to use more hand gestures, have more eye contact, and also try to bring in more content into your speech. Also have some lengthy titles, not just a one word or something that describes your traits in your speech, while to give a fair idea about that. This is my evaluation. Hope that my target speaker Suhanya is satiated with my evaluation. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chaitanya, for the feedback. And next we move on to the evaluation of the second speech. And I would call upon this person, an interesting personality. And she is a homemaker by vocation and a Toastmaster by passion. And she has done her bachelor's in computer applications. And she likes traveling, having good food, and Toastmastering. And I would request everyone to join me in applauding the evaluator of the second speech, and as she takes on her stage, Toastmaster Ashiat.
A very good afternoon to everybody, and especially to my target speaker, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Toastmaster Sangeeta, I must start off by telling you how much I enjoyed your speech, right? I believe your speech was a philosophical speech where you wanted the audience to go and look at their younger selves and have a talk and see how life has turned out. And the device that you used to accomplish this was you used your watch, right? In the beginning of your speech, you had one watch, then later you had 2 watches. And this is a very good example of how a prop is so essential to get the message of this kind of a speech to the audience, right? Because time travel is kind of sort of abstract, but when you showed the speech and, you back dialed it and you told the audience that we need to go into the past. So we traveled with you when you did that. And I like the devices, the vocal variety device that you use. So normally in speeches, when you have 2 people, you can have 2 different voices, but this was you. So you did a younger you, older you. For the younger you, you had a very hesitant voice. Oh, really? Is this what I should do? Is this what will happen? And for the older you, you had a confident, deeper voice. Yes, I'm telling you, you will achieve everything you want to achieve. So I thought the devices that you used were very effective for your speech purpose. And you clearly had practiced your speech very well. I did not notice any hesitations anywhere whatsoever. If I would talk about suggestions, the only thing I would say is that if you had stood up and presented the speech, the impact could have been much higher, because you would use the stage and you could have gone not just into the past and the present, and show the impact would have been much, much higher. Apart from that, I would like to say it was a very, very enjoyable speech. It had great speech value for the audience, because I think reflecting on our life is something that almost all of us should be doing. And I cannot see my timer. Reflecting on the audience needs is very, very important. And you did that. You chose a very relevant topic for the audience. The devices you used were good. You used your own life. You explained what you wanted the audience to understand through your own life, and you concluded very well. You tied up all the events that had happened to you as when you were a younger person. You talked about how you were depressed and how you are not depressed now and how you achieved your goals in Comcast. And you used jokes. You used jokes. For example, your younger self said, I want to be the VP of Comcast by 2022. And you said, isn't that going too far? So that made it extremely enjoyable. So I think you had all the elements of literally a blockbuster film. You had a time travel element, you used the bright props, the voice modulation, and you concluded it very well. So I enjoyed listening to your speech, and I hope that I will get to hear more speeches from you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashiyat, for trying to dissect on the speech and the feedback you've given. And we are now moving into the last of the evaluation, last of the prepared speeches evaluation. And to do that, I'll introduce you all this person. And she was an ex-secretary and a VP of Comcast, and the immediate past president of Comcast too.
One
Comcast
second,
India.
general evaluator. I think evaluator 3 is yet to be done, right?
Yeah.
Abdul, Toastmaster Abdul.
But it is mentioned.
Or Toastmaster Nitya.
Abdul.
Yeah, it is me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So, so we are moving into the evaluation of the third prepared speech now. And to do that, I will call upon our Toastmaster, Abdul. And to share a few words about him, he was the ex-president or former president of this club, and he joined Toastmasters in 2019. And he says that little did he know what a significant effect it would have been on his life. And he joined Toastmasters with an aim of improving his communication skills in front of an audience. But he feels that it has done much more things to him than just being confident in front of an audience. And he is growing in confidence, and he is able to now communicate clearly. And that is what he is saying that he has in his armory now. He's able to now communicate without more ease. And I would now request him onto the stage and to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Nitya. And over to you, Toastmaster Abdul.
Hey, thank you, Toastmaster Bala, for your kind words. Thanks for coming over video, Toastmaster Nitya. Thank you for delivering your level 3 speech. To be honest, I was kind of eager and awestruck with seeing the title Scapegoat. Toastmaster Nitya, you excelled at correlating the sequence of events, describing about the travel wonders with the Himalayan thunders. Usually it is very often and kind of inquisitive, right? When we plan to travel with family. I mean, at least for me, I must be ready for any last minute surprise, since I am a man, I'm a family man with a small kid. I hope it is the same for everyone. I mean, to just shed some insight, I am usually the guy who is very much cautious about Pampers for my kids, right? To avoid any embarrassing experience. Whereas on the other side, my better half would be recording this video and capturing those lively moments, right? Whereas when we plan to travel with our friends, we can go just without any plan, as none of those trips really happens with the timetable and schedule as it happens with family. Usually the travel is mostly unplanned, and most of it doesn't happen. I could correlate the excitement when she was narrating her experience. I hope it would be the same with everyone. I'll be very careful with Lucky when I try to visit the Himalayan mountain. Your energy level was outstanding. And one thing I would suggest is to utilize the full time and full time given and add few more points before closing the speech. Overall, it was a very good one. All the very best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdul, for the feedback on Toastmaster Nitya's speech. And now we will have the evaluator 4 and to evaluate the speech of, let me just evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Shweta. And I would call upon this person, and I believe it would be a familiar face for the Comcast as well. And she has been ex-secretary and ex-VP of this club. And she's also the immediate past president of Comcast India Toastmasters Club. And she's currently doing L2 in Innovative Planning Pathway. And she's a binge watcher and she's interested in solving puzzles. And as I welcome Toastmaster Nagajyoti onto the stage, I would request everyone to give her a thunderous applause. And over to you, Toastmaster Nagajyoti. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster General Evaluator Bala. My target speaker, Sweta. You have excelled at starting your speech with the quotation. So you said, if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So that's a fantastic start for the speech. And about your title, it was like a mysterious title. So it's like it's giving people to think about it. So what you are going to talk about. So you have started a story of a farmer, so about his family. You come sequence of scenarios you have mentioned, like so about her hospitalization and her board exams. Then finally she became a teacher. How she is educating people. All these things you have incorporated in your speech. So let me split my evaluation into few positives and few improvements. So you have used your hand gestures and your eye contact is also good. When you are talking about the doctor conversation, I can feel that your emotion, like you are so sad and feeling like the situation is currently happening like that. You acted and you explained about that. So you have shown your vocal variety and emotions there. Then let me come back to the improvements I can suggest is, so in the same thing, when you are talking about the doctor conversation, right? So you can show that, so doctor is one side and the farmer is another side, like that. You can show the conversation in a scenario situation basis. And I can see that when you have seen the yellow card or green card, you have all of a sudden you have tried to wind up your speech with a small message. Maybe you can try to include some more message in your conclusion. And also you have used a stop and start technique, like some words you are trying to if you can practice a little bit more, that will be useful for your upcoming speech. Like we have a quotation, right? So practice makes man perfect. So I would like to suggest for that one. And also I have not noted word of the day in your thing. Like maybe you can utilize that word of the day in when you are explaining about the farmer's family situation, right? So about in that situation, about that you can utilize that word of the day. So on overall, I could summarize, you have delivered your speech excellently. So as it's a storytelling purpose, you have made that one. Back to you, Toastmaster General Evaluator Bala.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Nagajyoti. And I just wanted to check my audio and video. Is my voice loud and clear? Loud and clear, right, everyone? Okay, fine. So, yeah, so we are just about done with this evaluation of prepared speeches, and now we would deep dive into this tag teams report. And tag teams report will be first starting by the report of a timer, and then our counter and grammarian. And to read out the timer report, I would now call upon our ever-loving Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas, and as she takes her stage, give her a round of applause. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Most certainly, now my time. The plate is full. Are we satiated with the colorful spread? Heavy is the head that bears the crown. I'm going to be sharing my timer report. However, we will make sure that the timings will be displayed when I put it out. That being said, is this visible? Can you see my screen?
Yes, Jyoti ma'am.
Thank you very much. All right, you're going to see right here. I've got the timing right from start to now. Quite a number of them at the start have been on the green and safe, and they've done a very good job. Everybody did well. And the key points where we have to watch out are for the prepared speakers, evaluators, table topic speakers, because they are like the salt to your food. So in Tamil, we say, I suck at it, but never mind. Uppulla pandam, it goes into the garbage, right? So that's my point. If you look at it, Chaitanya did okay and brilliant. I need a kudos for him because he stepped into somebody else's shoes. Our prepared speaker, the first speaker who was an icebreaker, I extended time because it is only fair. There's something called spirit of the law and spirit of the word. She was much below 4 minutes, but however, it was right for us to encourage her to keep it going. There were 2 time disqualifications. I repeat again, time disqualification, not the person. Sangeeta at 8.06 and Suhanya at 3.45. Nitya, the third speaker, 6.06 safe. Shweta, 6.15 safe. You can see that I'm using the Toastmasters timer to record everybody's. This is for accountability and validity. I'm showing it to you. And I'm here at 1.4. Evaluator, Chaitanya, 2.51. Ashit, 2.53. Abdul, time disqualification, Nagajoti, 3.17. Table topics, Suresh, 2.49. That was a little bit of an issue. Second speaker, I couldn't get the name, 2.14, and Chaitanya, 1.32. With that, that's my timer card report. Over to my worthy general evaluator. I'm sure you're satiated with my plate full.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas. We, in fact, would always have the plate full, and as and when there is going to be a pep talk by you, so we always will be seeing you as an open book where we can learn a lot of things. Thanks for doing it, and thanks for taking time to help us on the timer report. And now we move into this R counter report, and this is going to be done by our R counter, and I would now call upon our R counter of today, Toastmaster Bala. And Toastmaster Bala, you can take the stage and take us through this R counter report. Over to you, stage is yours. Thank you.
Hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, today's R counter report is, I see like generally our Toastmaster Bala used 2 hours, and there were so many hours I see people used it, and TTM Shagati has used hours, and speaker Suganya has used 6 and 5 so, and now we has repeated, she repeat for 2 times, and Sangeeta has repeated half or 6 times home, and Nitya was flawless. I don't see any home sound, filler sounds, anything. It was flawless. And Shweta was 2 hours, 2 hours, and 4 more times long pass has been used on the speech. So table topic, Suresh has used 4 hours, and Sangeeta used 5. And evaluator Chaitanya used 3 hours, and Abdul is used used 2 times used. So overall, there was only one sounds I be able to reveal, and repeated was only few people using it. So this was a report. Let me hand over the control right back to the general Toastmaster Bala.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala. That was indeed a structured R counter report, and we in fact have been able to see the the filler words, how many of them had been used by the respective speakers. And now we just have come about to the end of this tag team report, and not without this grammarian report, right? And I would now call upon Toastmaster Rakesh to get us across this grammarian report. And
thank you, Bala.
take us through it. Thanks a lot.
I thought you'd forgotten me. Yes. So in terms of word of the day, the only person that I spotted using it was Jyoti. Now, to satiate my curiosity and to keep me honest, was there anybody else who actually used it that I missed? Yeah, Jyoti, yeah, I mean, like kudos to you. That was twice in the same little blubber speech. Yeah. Now, let's start with the bad. So I noticed that there was a lot of unrequired, I'm not going to call out names. So I noticed that there was a lot of unrequired pluralization. So like my 3.5 years old kid, like it's 3.5 year old kid, everything's is going well. My communications has become better. I mean, it's more appropriate to say everything is going well. My communication has gotten better. And similarly, there was also kind of like a reverse pluralization, like instead of all the women, it was all the women, especially for women, especially for women. So I mean, I'm not really sure what the rules are, but intuitively I know that those were wrong. I also noticed a lot of cases where people were unnecessarily introducing articles like the within sentences, like speaking with the strangers. Now, if the strangers was a known group, you could say speaking with the strangers, but if it's just strangers, it's I'm speaking with strangers. Any of you can select the number, any of you can select a number. Coming from the Kashmir, coming from Kashmir. This is the image of the three, put it in a full screen mode. Now, the last one is a bit debatable. Maybe, I mean, I would say put it in full screen mode, but yeah, the and the the's in all those sentences seemed, not required. And yeah, the opposite of that was, I noticed one person, I guess this was just a slip of the tongue, but like I heard a musical voice call out to me. I heard a musical voice call out to me. Yeah. In terms of pronunciation, I could just make out one that seemed really evident, like there was bowling, but we'd actually say bowling. And in tenses, I saw I choose topic rather than I chose topic. Now, coming back to the good, I'm sorry, is that a red symbol or is that just somebody's display picture? Pranav, no, I'm okay. All right, no, the time
That's
was
a green.
Jyoti,
You're
right?
doing well. Keep going.
All right, okay. Yeah, and I mean, in the usage of phrases, I mean, I heard someone say "come out of the box." Now, I'm not sure if the usage was appropriate. Generally, when we talk about personal things, we say "come out of my shell," and if I came out of my shell, I'd actually have my cam on. But yeah, that's a conversation for a different time. Other phrases that I noticed which weren't probably ideal is "take you to a time travel." I made a time travel. I would have opted for "take you on a trip through time," or I went on a trip. I went through the bowels of time, like something more, rather than I made a time travel. One of the persons used, a lot of relations in a way that I found thought would be confusing to listeners, like her father talked to his mother. like like that makes me work a little bit harder. I would have preferred if it was broken out. Now, things that I really liked, of course, the quote that Jyoti recently said, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown." I love that quote. I liked what Toastmaster Sangeeta mentioning, you can't predict a future apart from the one that you create. And I just loved how Nitya had the fun about an actual Himalayan goat and then worked in the scapegoat part. I thought that was pretty clever. So here ends my grammarian report for today. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster
I am
Rakesh.
going to barge in here to quickly say, I wish we saw the face behind such a lovely voice. Too bad.
When I come out of my shell, yes.
Rakesh, shall I reveal it?
If you want to die an early death.
Sorry, General Evaluator, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh. And that was, in fact, crystal clear sort of report on the grammatical usages in speeches. And thanks for doing us with that report. And now we actually move into this general evaluation of the overall meeting proceeding, right? And we almost have come to the end of the session. And I'm going to be giving you my inputs on how well we in fact have done. We have done really well. And I would want to actually give a huge round of applause for both the presidents, that is president of our club, which is Chennai Wordsmiths, and as well as president of Comcast. And they in fact were the mere reason why, or the reason why this ship of Theseus has been sailing smooth in the ocean, right? And that is not without these two captains. So would want to give kudos for both of them. And they in fact have been the reason why we in fact have had a great meeting on a great occasion. And not to forget the efforts of the Vice President of Education, right? And if they are the captains of the ship and these two persons from the two clubs are going to be Captain Marvels, and they in fact had to be running around, try to make sure the role plays are all getting filled in prompt time, and then there is no hiccups as and when we are getting into the meeting, right? And I would also want to give them a huge round of applause. And then what a theme that we in fact have chosen. And thank you is going to be an understatement, Toastmaster Ranjana, for trying to squeeze your brain and then come out with a theme which is going to be gracefully sort of cheering us on this occasion. And there were some beautiful thoughts as well, which was exchanged on the reason why this theme was chosen, right? And kudos to you. So you in fact had come out with a great theme of the day, and that sort of made or increase the appetite for speaker to speak more and more, as in when they in fact kept speaking on this meeting. And then to start off the meeting, we always will say that the Sergeant at Arms address is going to be as important as a cog in the wheel, right? And that is what we have seen from Chaitanya. We have seen the meeting where meeting was started on time, spot on. And then we had Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Chaitanya give us wonderful address on why the meeting, for what we have been gathering in this Toastmaster meeting. Kudos to you on that. And so we had a very excellent bouquet of speeches that had been delivered, and that sort of brought us the weekend mode or weekend mood a day before we are probably been waiting for getting to Saturday, right? And a day before we in fact have had the mood of the weekend set in on this lovely afternoon. And kudos to you, and kudos to all the speakers who have been able to get us enlightened on this wonderful Friday afternoon. And then the table topics was also good, and I would want to acknowledge the fact that the table topic master had taken all the time to duly think and consider some of the topics which sort of resonated with the theme of the day. And kudos to you, table topic master, Sahiti, you have done a good job. And great evaluation as well. I keep saying that evaluation is going to be something which always would be an investment that we make on Toastmasters. So whatever we sort of would want to be, or whoever that we would want to be, we would need to be having our eyes and ears wide open to the feedback that we receive from people all around, and especially in this Toastmaster meetings. There is tons and tons of learning that we can take from the feedback that we have from the tag team and as well as from the evaluators. And I see that both the tag team and as well as the evaluators have done remarkably well. And I, in fact, have seen certain evaluators also be much more animated than their speakers. And that sort of brought out more what they expected about the speeches, or what they expected about their target speakers. And that sort of set the tone, and that was in fact was well received. The evaluation happened really well, and I can see all the evaluators give constructive feedbacks and also use this sort of a sandwiching technique, comment, recommend, and comment. And I see most of them had in fact followed it, and you have all done a great job on that. And coming back to some of the things that we can try to tweak to make sure we are only getting better, to get to the next better version of ourselves, right? And we see that most of a few people, or rather few people, have not turned on their videos, right? And we are here to make sure the whole session is getting much more engaged and lively, and having your video turned on is going to be getting a long way to make sure we are going to be having one heck of a session. So that is one of the feedbacks which I wanted to provide. And again, to make sure everyone uses the time really well, effective usage of time is also going to be an art that we learn as and when we keep speaking more and more. And I would request also speakers to be pinning the timer so that you're not losing out on time, and always be sort of mindful of the fact where you are and what sort of a time that you have taken in trying to deliver your speeches. And some of the last feedback I do have for all of us is going to be to get familiar with this Zoom etiquette, right? And we sort of would need to be, I know it is going to be quite difficult because switching on between hybrid, physical and online meetings to make sure we are unhindered, we can sort of maintain a Zoom etiquette, meaning that to get familiar on all the functions that you would need to do and what and all things that you would need to be getting familiar with as and when we are moving into this online mode of meeting. And other than this, I in fact have enjoyed the session from the start to end. Great to have had evaluated or general evaluated this session. And kudos to everyone, and especially the XCOM team of both the clubs to make sure we in fact have had a splendid Friday afternoon. And I believe some of you might even have to take a break from your work. And this is indeed, or this was indeed going to be one good time that you might have had on this Friday. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala, for giving us a very really nice, evaluation about the entire meeting as well. So I hope you all found this session, you enjoyed it, and then we're moving towards the end of the session too. So we have our area directors going to address us. It's Toastmaster Arshad. Toastmaster Arshad, are you there?
Hey, hi, good evening all Toastmasters. I hope I'm audible, right?
Yes. We can't see your, can you just please switch on your camera?
Right. Apologies for that. Like I'm facing some issue with my camera, so it's a technical glitch. Of course, I take the constructive feedback given by the general evaluator, like we have to switch on our camera, but apologies for that. I joined a bit late. I couldn't, witness the starting part of the session, but, I really enjoyed, from the later half of the session. So it was a very, interesting session. And of course, when Comcast, as far as I knew Comcast, whenever they touch anything, definitely it will be a glowing session. So I knew this would definitely be an encouraging and, interesting session. And they definitely, they went above the expectation. So kudos to everyone, who participated in this session. I know we will get benefited out of this. Like that's the ultimate aim of Toastmasters, right? So from each and every session, we get some learning. So that's the beauty of it. And I hope, let's all contribute to this platform and, have great learnings in the upcoming meetings as well. And thanks for inviting me for this session.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Arshad. Thank you so much for those valuable words. And then to the end of this meeting, there are polls as well, which will be running. Please make sure you actually, post your favorite speaker, best role player, best speaker for the day, and the best evaluator, and the best tag player as well. And we have the best Toastmaster table topic speaker as well. Please make sure you submit.
Sorry to interrupt. Zoom Master, please hide the poll. It should not display the numbers. Can you kindly hide it right away? It's against process to do it, please. Kindly don't display the screen. Zoom Master.
Yeah, I'm listening. 1 minute. I launched the poll. Shweta, can you please help me on that? I made you as co-host. Jyoti, I made you as co-host. Only you will be able to see, but other people are able to see that.
I'm just checking. If it is visible, kindly.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Just
1 minute,
making sure.
I'll just relaunch once again.
Well, at least we're checking process. That's
yeah. I
well,
forgot that you were a
better
co-host.
understand that.
Yes. So I think we can take a couple of minutes to put in your votes. And meanwhile, we also have Toastmaster Sindhu as well from Comcast, who can give us the closing remarks and adjourn the meeting as well before the results.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anjana. And I must thank Toastmaster Anjana and Bala for making my life very easy. because I thought I would be starting with thanking each and every role player, and Bala did it on behalf of me. And I thought of pulling in Arshad for getting his words, and Anjana did it on behalf of me. So thank you so much for both of you. And I must say this meet is one such example of how best a Toastmasters meet could be if it is well organized. And thank you so much, Jyoti Thomas, for being so strict to start it on time. And no, it is very important. It's always very important to have people pulling us, hooking us to be on a right path. And I tried so much to start with the word of the day, and I'm totally lost now. I would take a moment again to thank each and every single role player who took active participation in today's meet. At the same time, there are background players, as Toastmaster Bala was rightly quoting. And I would like to extend the credit that was shared to the presiding officers to my counterpartner, who is Toastmaster Nagajyoti, because she was actually backing me up so badly. Like she, without her, probably this is not possible. And I shared that to you, Jyoti, transferred that to you. And thank you so much. And I'm really happy and glad to be part of meet number 689, which would be a dream of us to soon achieve. And we being but I must say, though we crossed hundreds, we are still in the budding stage, and your experience and expertise would really help us groom better. And thank you so much for also volunteering to be a mentors for our new Toastmasters, and that they are going to cherish this. And I am really, really happy to see this these many people towards the end of the session, hearing the presiding officer's closing remarks. So that's actually fantabulous. Like I'm so excited to be part of this meeting and going forward. Thank you so much once more. Thank you so much for each and everybody from Wordsmith Hub, because it's not easy on a weekday to join during the not daytime working hours. And my sincere thanks to support us. And we will also kind of try to provide the similar kind of a support. This is all that I had, and I would like to hear some feedback from any of the guests who are part of this meet, please. Can we hear from any of the guests on how did you feel this meet was?
Hello.
Yes, Pranav.
Yes. Sorry for being unable to speak during the tabletop, but I was observing, and more meetings. Gradually, I'll be able to build up and speak confidently. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much. Yes, please proceed. Toastmaster Pranav, do you have anything else to be shared?
Oh, no, nothing else.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
now I must say I was satiated with the complete meal of this meet. Finally, I recollected. I took the moment when Pranav was speaking. What is the word of the day? Oh my God, finally. Grammarian also record my name.
You made me feel so happy, Sindhu. Thank you.
Thank you. And I have a couple of announcements to be made. Like we are hosting our club contest next week. So please feel free to extend your support and being by taking your role players, or please do attend as guests so that could encourage our team members. And thank you so much, Arshad, for being part of this meet. Your presence always makes us happy. And finally, I would like, yes, sir, Arshad.
Yeah, my pleasure, attending the meeting, and of course, all the very best, for the upcoming club contest. Excited to, witness, how, how rocking the stage is going to be. So all the very best for the contestants as well as, the role players. If they are first time role players also, appreciate them. And also, I think we'll be having your milestone meeting in a couple of weeks, right? So excited to witness that too.
Okay, so yeah, hardly 11 more meets for Wordsmith to be striking it, another a big milestone. And with this, I would like to officially adjourn meet number 6, 8. Yes, Anjana. Oh, sorry, we have the poll results. Thank you so much.
Results.
I
And
got
then
it.
yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, Zoom Master, could you please share the poll results? Do you have it ready?
Yes, I do. I do have. I have shared with Anjana. You can announce the results.
Well, great.
I pinned it in the chat. Yeah.
Sure.
Well, fine. I'll do it. I'll do it. No problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Starting with the best role player, General Evaluator Bala has rocked it today. He's the winner of the award. Best speaker is Toastmaster Nitya.
Woo! Well done, guys.
Best evaluator.
People, clap, clap. You can now unmute yourselves and clap, please.
I'm making clapping noises.
If that is Rakesh, I'm not talking to you.
Best evaluator is Toastmaster Ashiyat. And best tag player is a tie between two people. So one is Toastmaster Rakesh because he hasn't showed up. Then other
Wait,
one.
wait. So I voted for Jyoti. I'm taking my vote back for myself now.
Hey, we did a barter system. Never mind, give it to him. I don't know how your face is, but for your voice, I'll give it to you. I can afford to. Wordsmiths is very generous. Wordsmiths. Buddy Club, wake up and smell the coffee.
Indeed. But both of you have done a fabulous job on presenting your report and giving your points on it as a timer as well as a grammarian. And coming on to the best table topic speaker, it's Toastmaster Sangeeta. Kudos to you. And I thank you all the role players for today. Hope we have a great meeting in the next one. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chaitanya.
Can we
Yes,
kindly
Anjana.
adjourn and stop the recording?
Okay, then I would officially adjourn meet number 689 of Wordsmith Club and meet number 103 of Chennai Comcast India Toastmasters Club.
Oh, sorry to forget about this. I think we have an icebreaker speech, right, today. I think it was TM. Though despite we are not physically present, I think we still need to give her a
Standing
nice
ovation.
round.
Yes.
Standing ovation.
Thank you for
She
reporting
needs
her.
a standing ovation. Can we pin the speaker if she's still there?
Yeah, I'm asking her to start the video so that I
Sahanya,
can
can
pin
you
her.
kindly come on? Show us your
Sahanya?
lovely face. And Mr. Voice, will you kindly at least
Yeah,
post your
1 minute, 1
picture there?
Yeah, sure. I'm on my video.
Perfect. This is a standing ovation for you. 3 cheers for your first speech. Are we hearing a thank you from you? Oh, yes,
Thank you very
did.
much.
You're most
I
welcome.
I was opening my video. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Can we have a photograph taken too, please?
Yeah, 1 minute. Just a minute. I'm taking it.
If you can go on gallery view also, it'll be nice
Yes,
to
I'm
have
going on
everybody.
gallery view and taking a screenshot of this. It would be great if everyone shows up so that there won't be black screens when in the picture.
Smile.
Guys.
Yeah. Now it feels good. Screen is filled up. That's it, guys. Good. I've taken a snapshot.
Fantastic.
Are we going to also stop the recording? No.
You all.
All right.